Did you know that real estate's not always all about the money? Hi, my name is Steve Johnson.
And I'm Matt Bjorgum.
So when I say that real estate's not always about the money, what happens is, like in a market like this, we get multiple offers on almost every house that we try to buy for a client and every house that we sell for a client. And a lot of people think that it's just the highest offer that wins, that's the only ways you have to come in with more money.
Isn't that the truth though? It's always the highest offer?
No, it's not. It's really not. Okay. The reality is lots of things go into putting together an offer for a client that actually gets accepted. In the last year, I haven't had a client have to write more than 5 offers to win. Sometimes there's a little bit of a learning curve and some trust building that needs to take place, where they start to look at our list of 23 things that we do to help get offers accepted. But oftentimes, even against multiple offers, we have clients winning the first time because we realize that it's not all about money. Don't get me wrong. You're not going to make up a $10,000 difference or a $50,000 difference. You can't come in under ask and hope to win,
right, generally.
But there's lots of things that sellers are looking at in the terms, from a reduction of risk from the appraisal with an appraisal gap coverage, with possibly non-refundable earnest money.
Waiving of inspections.
Waiving of inspections.
Seen a lot of that right now.
It's become significantly more common. Oftentimes in those scenarios, there are ways to offset some of the risk involved in that, yep, with
like a
home warranty, yep, right? And what that does from a seller's perspective is it meets the other needs that they have. Yes, they want the best price, but the reality is that waiving a home inspection might be worth a couple $1,000s towards that.
Yeah,
right.
And potential unforeseen repairs, things that can come up.
Right. Oftentimes what we're seeing is sellers are feeling like it's a technique to nickel and dime them, and it takes away that emotional, pullback that they get from initially seeing that. So there's lots of things that we can do. One of we had a recent buyer who did actually get it for under ask in multiple offers with seller paid closing costs. Yep. So these are all things that we can work into a deal when we meet their other needs.
Yep.
To do that, we have to have a conversation with the selling agent, yeah, and find out what, besides money, is important to that client.
Yeah, where are the hot buttons at? What's right, the thing? What is your client looking for? And let me see if our client can help accommodate that to make this a fun transaction and keep, yep, everybody happy.
Recently had a client on the sell side where we were able to make it come together for them. It was important that they hit a specific number, mm-hmm, but they had multiple dogs, and a recent injury made it so it was very difficult for them to be out for the weekend, yeah, to go live and have 50 people come through their house. Yep. And so that was something that we were able to communicate to someone ahead of time, actually got the property sold. We hit their numbers and more. We were able to remove some of the risk from them in the process. And that's what got this buyer the ability to make an offer not in competition with 14 other people.
Yeah.
Right? Because yes, the money mattered, but so did other things. And, yep, when they can solve those problems, then we can negotiate and come together so that everyone benefits.
Comes back to the having a personal conversation with the parties that are involved. And when it's a real estate transaction, the buyer's agent and the seller's agent need to be able to have a conversation so that everybody plays on the same playing field and there's no animosity, and everybody understands what it's going to take to make it work, because we're all in this together. We're all going to the same
100%.
Table at the end together.
Relationships matter. Experience matters. All of these things come together. If I can call the agent and I happen to know the agent, we can actually have candid conversations about what's best for our clients and see if we can make that work. Yeah. It doesn't happen every time.
No.
But the reality is you're in a substantially better position if you're working with an agent who has those connections in the local area.